Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is my second attempt trying to film this video. The first time it was through Mercury retrograde and I just wanted to wait until it was over and to try it again. I literally was filming the entire tutorial until I found out throughout the tutorial that my camera just stopped recording, and it was just awesome, right? Like, insert sarcasm here. This is one of my favorite go-to summer looks this year. I absolutely adore it. So what I'm going to be using is the new Nude Huda Beauty palette, and I'm going to be using also a little bit of the neon pink Huda Beauty palette. So I'm going to combine these two together. Hang out with me, let's get ready, and I'll show you how I came up with this cute little summer look. I am so excited for this video because it's literally turned out to be, I'm just gonna get my hair out of the way. It's literally turned out to be one of my favorite summer looks this year. I absolutely love it. As per usual, I'm going to start with the Benefits Cosmetics Hydrating Concealer. I absolutely love it. I already moisturized my eyes, but I just like to add extra hydration because I never put powder under there. And I always like to keep my eyes nice and moisturized because I don't like the way it creases or that kind of look. And then I went to replenish this like right after quarantine, and I picked up the wrong one, and I picked up this cute other Benefit Cosmetics Cakeless Concealer, and I was like, I'm gonna keep it just to see how it works. And then I went back and got the Hydrating Boing because I can't live without it. And then what I've done is I just literally combined the two just to give me a little bit of extra coverage. And I'm telling you, like, this Cakeless Concealer, it is great. It does not cake at all, like literally cakeless AF. And I like that it gives me this beautiful, combined with a hydrating concealer, like this beautiful like brightness, and it's just lovely. It doesn't feel heavy or cakey at all. And I always have makeup wipes around because I like to keep my hands nice and clean. During quarantine, I ran out of the pigment primer by NYX, which I always use. And I was like, well, I have so much of the glitter NYX primer, and I went with that. I was like, you know what? It worked even better than the pigment primer. No shade to the pigment primer, but I found that it makes the color pop even more than the pigment primer. Like, no shade again. The only thing I do recommend, like, I use half the amount of the glitter primer than I normally would use if I was using glitter, but the only thing I do recommend is just put a little bit of translucent powder over it because it is super sticky, and the last thing you want is for your shadow to get blotchy, which happened the first time because, again, I was just testing it out. So I'm just putting a little bit of just translucent powder so it's not sticky at all. Perfect. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to be using the new Nude palette by Huda Beauty, which I just love this palette so much. It's absolutely beautiful. There's so much that I can do with it. It's just really pigmented. I love her stuff. I love her palette so much. And then I'm also going to be using a little bit of the neon pink Huda Beauty palette. I'm going to be playing around with this a little bit too. So I'm going to go and grab Tickle, this color right here, and I'm just going to be using that in my crease. I love how it's so pigmented. Oh, it's so pretty. I love it. I love this palette. I love her stuff. I love her palettes. I'm going to pick up Spanked, which is this color right here. It's just like a darker pink purpley color, and I'm just gonna go and layer that. I'm gonna grab a touch of Love Bite. Oh my god, these colors are incredible. They're so pretty, man. Oh my god. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to layer up the same colors just in the corner here. So I'm going to start again with Tickle. I love layering up colors. I just absolutely love it. It just adds so much more dimension. It's just so pretty. I'm gonna go with Spanked now, and I'm gonna go and add that on top of that. Now I'm gonna go and add a touch of Love Bite, very gently, because it's really dark, and I don't wanna get it too dark. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab that Cakeless Benefit Concealer, literally put a dot on my hand, like literally a dot of it, not much. And I'm gonna just pick up a little concealer brush, like teeny tiny. What I like to do, or what I do recommend, is just clean your brush along the way as you're doing a cut crease, so you're not getting a deposit of that color and it's not like interfering with anything. I just literally wanna go and clean this up. Just halfway, not all the way. And I'm just gonna I'm cleaning the edge out here, like the corner, because I have a plan for, as you saw in the beginning of the video, like I'm gonna add the hot pink in there, so I don't want it interfering with the other colors here. There we go. Oh, yes, okay. So now I'm going to pick up Play, which is this pinky peachy color. Wait, there. So I'm just gonna pick up this flat brush here. I believe it's by Lancome. And I'm just gonna gently tap that there. I'm not really worried about like getting colors like in other areas, because again, I'm just gonna go and like clean that up in a second. I'm gonna grab my crease brush again. I'm gonna dip it into Love Bite, and I'm just gonna like clean that up a little. I'm also dipping it into Spanked too, so it doesn't go on too strong. Very gently, because I don't want to lose that peach there. And then just go with a touch of Love Bite so I don't lose that darkness in there. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, great. All right, so now we're gonna start with the bottom. And I'm gonna use this crease brush again, and I'm gonna pick up Tickle, but I'm gonna go like halfway, because again, this needs to be hot pink. And I'm gonna grab a little bit of Spanked. And I'm just gonna grab a little bit of Love Bite and just put it on the outer corner there. And I'm gonna actually put a little bit of Tickle here. Literally just tickling the surface. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to leave it just like that. Maybe add a little bit of Spanked just to darken it up a bit, because once I go in with that neon pink, it really, yeah, amazing. I'm gonna grab a touch of that glitter primer again with my pinky. I just want a touch of something. So now I'm gonna grab the Anastasia Beverly Hills dual brush. I love this thing, it's so good, I absolutely love it. I'm gonna grab the neon pink color right here. Oh my god, this is so cool. I love this look so much. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. And then with the other side of the brush, I'm just gonna bring that in. Now just to make it even more vibrant, I actually have this neon pink color, and this is by Mysterious Cosmetics. You can find them on Instagram. The lady is just lovely from it. The stuff is incredible, and this stuff actually glows in the dark. So I'm gonna use a little bit of that and just put it in the corner. Like a little bit goes a long way because it's really hot pink, so like look at that. I'm just gonna move it around. Like a dot, really, really, yeah. Perfect. And then literally like I'm just picking up a teeny tiny because they're so pigmented. And this is the neon pink loose pigment. Now I'm gonna grab the brown gel liner and smudger by NYX, and it's in brown and it looks like this. I didn't want to do a black wing liner because it'd be, I find that it was just too sharp. So like it'd just be too much of a contrast, but it looks like this. It's just a beautiful brown. I actually mixed that same formula color with a little bit of like a darker concealer or a lighter concealer, can't remember, either or, but I mix them together and then you'll see later like I do make my freckles with that. So just a wing liner brush, and I'm just gonna go ahead and do that liner. And I will keep this handy for later, so once I put my lashes on, I'm just gonna go and like clean it up. I'm gonna grab this Midday Rose by Sephora gel liner. I mean, I think it's a lip, I mean, of course, it's probably a lip liner based on the color, but to be honest, because of the gel, I just put this in my waterline because it's not gonna go anywhere. Like, it's great. Oh, the consistency is just amazing for like a waterline. I think they're great. It doesn't move all day. Lovely. I'm gonna go ahead and use the e.l.f. mascara, and this is in the Length and Volume mascara. I absolutely love e.l.f. cosmetics now. Like, oh my god, I like their stuff. So I'm going to use the Bear With Me Jelly Primer by NYX, and I'm gonna just use it like on my frame because that's where I get dry. And it doesn't come with a spatula, so what I recommend is just pick up a Q-tip and just pick it out. I absolutely love it. It's cucumber based, it really absorbs into the skin, and it doesn't leave a film. Like, it doesn't leave a you know, like that uncomfortable layer on your skin where you just like, ooh, I can still feel it. No, not at all. Just like a cucumber would absorb into your skin, like, you know, when you've been cutting a cucumber, like you can feel it, that it just kind of like has this cool cactus kind of, you know, effect on your skin. It just like comes in, like it just absorbs into your skin so well. Just there. Because I don't want it to get, I don't want my contour to get blotchy. Now for my T-zone, I'm going to use the NYX Angel Veil Mattifying Primer. I'm going to be using the Suede NYX lipstick in Munchies, and I use this for contour. I love the color because it's a nice cool tone. Everything else out there, like the Fenty ones are great, but I find that they're too mattifying and it wouldn't work in my favor. I do have the Espresso by Fenty and I find it's too mattifying, even with like the jelly primer. Like, I don't know, I just find them a little too dry. So this is what I do. Now I'm going to go with that Cakeless Concealer, and I'm just going to give myself a little bit of highlighting here. You got to work a little quick with it, like just to spread it out, because it does dry a little quick, but I'm just not going to blend it in quite yet. I'm just going to spread it out a little bit for now. Yes, I do everything with my fingers, my highlighting and contouring, because, you know, this is just how I do it on myself, not on a client or a customer. Even with or without quarantine, like I just do that for me, and then professional brushes for them for contouring and highlighting. The California Beamin Liquid Illuminator, and this one is in Beach Babe, and it's got jojoba in there, or jojoba, I forget how you pronounce it, but it also has rosehip oil in there. It does have avocado oil in there. It's meant for the body, it's meant for the face, but I'm telling you, like when I mix it with my other foundations and I put it on, like it smells good, first of all, and it just really, like, it hydrates me, but it doesn't hydrate me where I get oily. It just makes the skin look so nice and it looks so good on camera. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna go and grab the Born to Glow foundation by NYX, and this one is in the buff, and I mix those two together. This one has a slight illuminator in it, but it's not something where it's like, whoa, like you can see me from like the ISS, you know what I mean? So I'm just gonna put a little bit of that, like a little bit of, yeah. And then because I'm tanned right now, even though the bright lights. It's a little hard to say, but I'm tanned right now. I'm gonna put the Total Drop Control foundation by NYX in Deep Sable. I'm gonna add a couple of drops in there, okay, just like that. And then what I like to do is I like to grab the Beach Babe, and I'm gonna be honest, let's see if this works. Yeah, the dropper doesn't work very well, so what I recommend is just kind of like dump a little bit on. This is what I have so far. It smells so good. Oh, it smells literally like, I literally feel like a Beach Babe with all the oils in the liquid illuminator. Oh my god, it's just so good. Can't Stop Won't Stop mattifying powder, and it just looks like this, and it's a neutral tan. All right, and I'm gonna go and just in the areas where I want this to look like my skin, and just around my temples here, and then I'm going to just blend this out a little bit. Warm Caramel, which is darker, and this is what I use for my contouring, and I use it with this beautiful contouring brush. Like, I absolutely love it. It's by NYX and it's a number 6. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's just good to get that like nice chiseled look. A powder brush, and I'm just going to put that around my frame and temples. Then I'm going to grab the loose powder of the Can't Stop Won't Stop right here, and this one is in the light medium color, okay? And I'm gonna use that for my highlighting. I used to use the banana one, but I just didn't, because they oxidize, I didn't like the way it finished on my skin, like the way it would turn afterwards. So this is more towards like a natural looking color for my skin tone anyway. So just spread that out. This stuff is incredible. I absolutely love it so much. So pretty. It just really mattifies the skin so well. It's mineral based and it's just lovely. I don't want to do the Can't Stop Won't Stop press powder because it's too heavy and too thick for these areas, so I like to do a loose powder. I'm gonna grab a concealer again, and I'm gonna get a foundation brush here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and chisel that out. I'm gonna grab this beautiful Sephora Press Full Coverage foundation brush. It's hard and soft at the same time. What I like to do with it is grab the Warm Caramel Can't Stop Won't Stop color for my contour, and I like to go in and just soften that up a little bit. And then I'm gonna go back with that powder brush, and I'm just gonna like make sure that this is blended out a little better, so it's not so sharp on the top, but it's nice and sharp at the bottom. So I'm gonna grab the High Glass powder, gel powder by NYX. It is a cream. It kind of reminds me of like the Fenty Trophy Wife, but I think this is a little bit more creamy. But anyway, this one is in the Moon Glow. It's absolutely stunning. It's just beautiful. Like, I'm running out of it. I use it all the time. So what I do with this is I use it where I put my illuminator, just so it could be a little bit more bold. So it has, because I always layer my illuminator, like I want it to stand out. So if you do a little bit of like a sticky undertone, it just has that effect and it stays on better. Put it on my nose. And put it on my Cupid's bow here. Perfect. I'm gonna grab the powder illuminator Born to Glow Chosen one, and it looks like this, and it broke, so I put it in this little container, but I'll put a photo of it right here. That's what it looks like, but it's just this beautiful golden color. It's so pretty on, absolutely stunning. Again, it looks great in photos, it looks great on film, like it looks incredible. Like, it's just beautiful. I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. And I use this illuminator brush to me to apply powder illuminator, it's nice and fluffy and it's just so beautiful. It really makes the illuminator soft. I don't like those fan brushes at all for illuminators. They're absolutely terrible. They just don't deposit well. They make it look sharp. It doesn't make it look blended in. I really don't like the way it just comes on the face and the way it leaves the finish. I just really don't like it. So I go with this one. And this one is by NYX as well, and this one is a number 26. The newest brow product by NYX is part of their summer launch. It's called the Dip Shape Go. It's absolutely great. It comes with the color at the end, okay, just like that. See that? All right. And then it comes with the brush, just like that, like an angled brow brush, which is great. I just wish it was more like a mascara where like when you dip it in, like the whole brush doesn't go in. Unfortunately, that happens and then you're gonna get product like all the way up here. So I recommend to just go halfway in, like it, you know, that amount on it, because again, you see it got on the top of the brush there. So what I like to do with this is the blonde color. Now, because it doesn't really, I love it because it's not too dark, and I just put it in the center here just to give me a little bit of like a blonde color, because as you probably know, whoever is a regular on my channel know that I usually use the Precision brush by NYX in blonde, but I find that it still comes out a little dark. So I've kind of changed my routine because of this product, and I'll show you what I do. So this is what I put on. So it gives me a little bit of like a blonde color. All right, which is fantastic. Pick up that Precision Brow brush by NYX in the blonde, and I literally just go in and just shape. I still shape, but I don't use it to fill in my brow on the inside. I just use the dip and go now. So just to give it a little bit more definition. Usually what I used to do is grab the brunette waterproof gel by NYX, and I used to just do that like at the end here. I still do, but what I do now, I grab the dip and go because I like the color, but again, it's not good as on its own to shape because it's a very light formula. I like to just grab a little bit of that, still grab the brunette, and just mix it into the blonde dip and go a little bit. So I still have that blonde color, but then the brunette on its own, it's not so dark for me. So the two combined actually does work out. I just love that color together. Like it's really works for me. Sorry, I have to look at my Instagram photo to remember because again, this is my second time filming this, so okay. So, I just realized that I put a little bit of like a glitter color here from the palette, so we're gonna do that. I'm going to grab that glitter primer again, and I'm going to just put a touch of it on where, like on my lids where the peach is. Okay, I'm just gonna put that there, and some there. And again, if my wing liner gets screwed up, I have to go over it anyway. I always do when I put my lashes on, so that's fine. So then what I'm gonna use is Daydream by the Nude palette. Okay, I'm gonna use this right here. It's beautiful, beautiful color. And I'm going to pick it up with, this is one of my favorite brushes, Pigment Applicator from NYX, and it's a number 26, and one side looks like a little spade like that, and the other side looks like that. So what I'm going to do, because it's a small area, I'm literally going to pick it up with a little spade. I'm going to grab Sweet Spring, and again, the label rubbed off. I love this blush. It's by NYX Cosmetics. It's discontinued. It's the ombre, so it's a little bit of like a pinky corally color, and I'm literally just gonna grab the fluffiest blush brush that I have and just dab that on. And you want your blush brush to be fluffy, because if it is hard at all, you're going to look like a little doll and have like this really heavy deposit, and it's gonna make you either look like a clown or look like a doll. But if you're going for that look, why the hell not? If you are, that's what you would need. But I'm literally just gonna lay that very gently on. Tap, tap, tap. So now I'm going to grab the High Glass Illuminating Powder by NYX, and this one is in the medium. Okay, and this powder in photos, oh my god, it looks so good. I'm just gonna grab it with the applicator that it came out with at the exact same time. So it looks like this, it's angled. Sorry if it's like a little dirty. I didn't wash it, but I just cleaned it with my makeup brush. But remember, it's pure white when you get it, but it does remain a little stained once you washed it. So it's a little bit of like the stain and a little bit of like the deposit recently while I used it and tried to clean it. So I like to keep my brushes nice and clean as much as I can, obviously. But anyway, yeah, so it looks like this. It's just a great applicator, and it's soft and hard at the same time. But what I like to do is I like to tap that in there and just put it in this area. It just looks so, so good. It makes the skin look like a nice glassy kind of effect, and just like a nice summer illuminator effect. Is just so pretty. I absolutely love it. I really, really, really do enjoy it. Really, really much so. A regular Bear With Me setting spray, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it like on my frame and here, because I get dry here as well. Let that sit, and then I'm going to grab the e.l.f. Matte Magic Mist Set. I just absolutely love this stuff, and I'm just going to put it at the center of my face because that's where I get oily. Okay, so I've added lashes on, I've added my jewelry, my earrings, and I cleaned my nose ring. And so what I do recommend, because it is a brown gel liner, I used the Duo with the blue label because it dries clear. It goes on white and it dries clear. Because if I used this one, it dries black, and so the contrast, I don't want that to be there, so just keep that in mind. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just grab that gel liner again, because I'm going to need it in a minute to do my freckles, and then I'm going to just clean up that liner so there's no deposit of the Daydream shadow from the Huda Beauty. So I'm just going to go and clean that up. Freckle time! Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my little surface here, grab a touch of that brown gel liner, okay, and put it on the surface, and then I'm going to grab a little bit of like a concealer. This is in the Nutmeg color, and this is the Full Coverage Concealer by NYX. It's actually discontinued, but it looks like this color. You can do it with like any type of concealer. It's a lighter brown, and then I like to mix them together because either this one's going to be too light and the other one that on its own, the brow gel liner, is going to be too dark. So I like to just mix them together so it looks like this. All right, and I also added this. I'm running out of this stuff, but this product is incredible for so many things. One of them that I use it for, so this is for my freckles. So this is the Makeup Forever Aqua Seal. You can see it's like dirty, whatever, because of like spirit gum, whatever, like effects, special effects stuff that's on here. But this stuff is incredible, and it does dry waterproof. So that's the beauty of it. So what I do is I just grab this cake liner, it's called. It's a teeny tiny little brush, and then I just go in and start doing my freckles. So what I'm going to be using today for my lips is the Lingerie Push-Ups by NYX. They're fantastic, and just to let you know, just in case you don't, they are lip plumpers. They do roll up like this, and also they come with a sharpener at the end, so you can sharpen it if you want to line your lip and they're too thick. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using a mix of corset color, and then I'm going to be using the Teddy color, which is a darker brown. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to line my lip first with the corset, and these are so waterproof, like I'm telling you, like you don't even need to worry about these rubbing off at all. Like they won't. It's great. Like they're so fantastic. Yes, you can't even see that. But because the teddy is so dark, if I do the corset first, it's not so dark, which I love. Oh, and look at that. So I need to sharpen that. See? It's just fantastic. I'm gonna grab the matte lipstick in Sable by NYX, and it's just a lovely color. It's this beautiful, beautiful nude color, and just put that on. This is it. This is my fun, cute little summer look for this year, for 2020. Thank you so much for tuning in again. I love you all so much, and thank you for showing me the love on Instagram. Enjoy your day. Bye. Love ya.